My dear, they say I've gone mad, but you're the only madness that ever made me feel holy. They saw a rebel, I saw a savior in your arms. Your love didn't break me, it rewired my soul. They blame you for the fire, but I begged you to burn me. You weren't the danger, you were the cure I wasn't supposed to find. Their rules never taught me how to survive you. The moment I touched your pain, I couldn't return to my old life. I didn't lose myself. I finally heard who I was when you whispered, "They call me cursed," but you kissed me like I was chosen. I vanished from their version of me the night you said, "Stay." Your silence is what unhinged me, not your love. You held my hand like it belonged to something real. That's why I let go of them. They say you ruined me. Truth is, you revealed me. You didn't seduce me. You reminded me. I didn't rebel. I remembered. They don't know I was already breaking. You just shattered the mask. I stopped obeying when I realized obedience killed love. They said I betrayed blood. I say I followed soul. You made me unrecognizable, but I've never felt more like myself. Their world was quiet. You taught me how to scream. They called it madness. I called it finally breathing. I wasn't corrupted. I was cracked open. You never asked me to leave them. I just couldn't stay small for their comfort. I don't regret the rebellion. I regret how long I obeyed. They miss my fear. You made me fearless. They lost me the moment I tasted your truth. They say I've changed. I say I woke up. Your name broke every lock they put on my soul. You didn't break me, you baptized me. Their love was duty, yours was divine. I left their approval for your ache. You weren't forbidden, you were foretold. I didn't lose my way, I left their map. They said I should be ashamed, but you made my scars sacred. They only loved the parts of me that obeyed. You kissed the rage they tried to silence. They blame you for the rebellion. But I started burning before we even met. Your love didn't twist me. It revealed my shape. I wasn't theirs anymore the moment your voice became my compass. They wanted me numb. You made me ache. I unlearned their language the moment you spoke in storms. They said I lost my mind. I say I found my magic. You made the impossible feel like home. Their version of love never tasted like yours. You touched me where they taught me to hide. I didn't break the rules. I outgrew their cage. You weren't my downfall. You were my deliverance. They don't understand how freedom sounds like your name. You didn't pull me away. You pulled me through. They feared your fire. I feared a life without it. They raised me to conform. You dared me to bloom. I didn't turn rogue. I turned real. You didn't make me wild. You reminded me I was born that way. They think you damaged me. You actually healed the parts they ignored. I didn't go rogue. I went sacred. They wanted my silence. You loved my roar. You taught me how to feel again, even if it cost me everything. They think I'm lost. But I was only ever found with you. You didn't tempt me. You called me home. They mourned who I was. I celebrated who I became. Their version of love came with conditions. Yours came with lightning. You showed me how much I was starving for meaning. They call you the reason I fell. But darling, I fell upward. You didn't break me. You freed the part of me they buried. They hate the new me. But this version finally feels honest. You loved my wounds like they were sacred scriptures. They gave me rules. You gave me reasons. You didn't ruin me. You reminded me I was never theirs. They can't forgive me for choosing soul over obedience. You held me like the truth was more important than tradition. They only saw rebellion. I saw resurrection. I don't care if they hate me now. I finally love myself with you. You looked at me like I was never too much. Their pride couldn't handle your passion. You woke a hunger in me they trained me to kill. They called you poison. But I tasted purpose. You weren't a mistake. You were a mirror. They don't recognize me. That's how I know I'm healing. You didn't make me stray. You made me honest. They worship comfort. You baptized me in chaos. You're the reason I can't go back to pretending. They don't realize I left them long before you came. You shattered the illusion I was safe in their world. They named you danger. I named you destiny. You didn't lead me astray. You led me inward. They warned me about you, but they never warned me about living a lie. You taught me how to breathe outside their rules. They want my old smile. But that smile was a survival mask. You made me forget how to pretend. They said I was possessed. Truth is, I was finally present. You looked at my shadows and didn't flinch. They blame you. I thank you. You didn't awaken a monster. You unleashed the truth. They hate that I'm no longer easy to control. You didn't make me rebel. You made me whole. They call it madness. I call it meeting God in your eyes.